when you finished your career, and you've said in your book, you looked at like people like Sir Ian Botham, and you've seen like Sir Vivian Richards and the aura about them, you growing up and watching them on TV. What's it like now when you walk into a dressing room knowing that these young kids at the Lions look at you with that same aura? Can you get your head round?
I don't know if they do, because
you
know there's two sides of it. Yeah, they do.
Of course they do.
He's somewhere. All right, John Turner, right?
Yeah.
From Hampshire, bowler. So he came to South Africa with us, great kid. And then we're sat there. And now when we're practicing, we have a little gazebo set up with analysts, and they can watch it all. And it's become like quite a focal point. I like the lads in there, because that's when you strike up then conversations that you used to have in the pub.
Yeah.
And then you got the music on, everyone's relaxed talking. He's there. He goes, "Oh, Fred, did you bowl quick?" I was like, "You what? You what?" He said, "Well, did you? What pace?" I went, "Is this a wind up?" And then Keezy, he's laughing his head up.
He would love that.
He's kneeling away. And it's like, he had no idea what I did. And then, we had another one, Matt Hurst from Lancashire. He came to Australia. And then we got Adam Hollyoak, great man, love smokes, doing a great job at Kent, bringing the young lads through. So he's with us, and he's flicked at Hursty for like 45 minutes. And I thought, this is brilliant, they're getting on well, and he's really responding to smokes, great stuff. And then he sits down in this gazebo, and I say, "Hursty, good stuff that." He goes, yeah. He said, who's the fella flicking at me? I was like, "You what?" I was like upset actually. It was like, one, that Adam Hollyoak, ex-England captain, Surrey legend, but two, you're not even found out.
Yeah.
Hamza, he was asking about Neil Mackenzie, what did he bat like? It's like, well, go and have a look at him. Yeah. So
it's easier to look now than it was then.
Yeah, but then you go in the England dressing room, and all I get from Harry Brook is like, when we was at the Superchargers, just hammering me for doing bullseye.
Yeah.
Just hammering me for stuff. So there is a side to it where, yeah, I think some of the lads, have seen you play and respect, like Joe Root. He's an incredible man.
I mean, when he went past Ricky Ponting, well, the first thing he references was 2005, and you're going to be the greatest cricketer that's ever played cricket for England.
Period.
And yeah, well, possibly. And you're saying that what inspired you to play cricket was 2005. How does that make you feel when you hear like that?
But I went in the dressing room. So after the accident, and then Keezy got us back involved, and then I did 19s.
How big was Keezy on that front? Because I don't want to bring the accident up, but when you were in recovery, I'm texting you and I'm getting text messages back, and when I'm getting text messages back straight away, I'm actually worried that there's something going on. And then when you stop sending me messages back, I'm sure Madison will get this as well, who's looking after you. The minute you stop texting me back straight away, I'm like, my mate's back. I really want him to answer me. I really want him to answer me question, answer me text message, but I know he's back because he stopped communicating with me. But Keezy was massive in this period, wasn't it? Because you've gone from obsessive of cricket to a brilliant life out of cricket. And Rob's given you one thing back that you really wanted, which is
I don't you find so. Yeah, after retirement, we talk about what crash and all that, but you finished at 31, or I did, and then I don't know what to do. I fell into television. It wasn't the plan. I'd done bits and bobs. I thought I'd probably take a more conventional route. I'd done things with Sky, trying to set up a job in commentating.
Yeah.
But I just didn't fancy it, to be honest with you. One, I didn't want the life of a cricketer and not being able to play. Two, weren't my mates working on Sky. And I did a job, Freddie versus the World, on TV, and it went all right. And I got offered League of Their Own, turned it down initially, then got on it. And I sort of fell into the cricket, and I'm thankful for the TV stuff, and I'll still do the odd job. But it don't fulfill me like cricket did, or it does now. There's always that part of me missing, that one thing that I loved, or that one thing that I knew. And it wasn't just the game, it was the people. Like seeing you today, I love it. Seeing Keezy, bumping into Geraint Jones down in Kent, or, the lads coming in that I played with and now coaching, like Swanee and Neil Mackenzie from South Africa. It's so nice. So I fell into the telly, and then I've always had an itch to scratch when it came back to cricket, coaching. But I think, like a lot of people, I'm not sure how I'm going to get involved in it. How do I do this? You know, my reputation is not going to get me a job, you know. So after the accident, you know, Keezy was instrumental. You know, I wasn't leaving the house apart from medical stuff. And then he said, come to the Ashes. So I started going to the Ashes, but sitting in back rooms. I go in full face, mask, everything.
I've seen you a couple of times.
Yeah, and then more and more people started coming in.
I've seen you at was it Widnes?
Widnes, when we watched The Boys.
To watch The Boys.
Yeah, that's when you had to go up me for my guide dog.
I did, yeah, you did. You had that guide dog.
I trained a guide dog for a year, which is
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
And then next minute, you're on talkSPORT, telling everyone that I keep tripping over a guide dog.
Well,
And
you
said,
trip
I'm
over
training this thing.
No, but you did trip over it. Yeah.
Well, maybe once, but you made it like I was falling over this dog every 2 minutes. And then you go near, and then it goes in paper.
Yeah.
And I'm phoning guide dogs up. So I'm not falling. I am not tripping over your dog. This is I'm looking after this dog really well.
It did have like the dog was a bit like Bambi on ice. He was only 3 months old.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Have you still got? Was it?
No, he's a guide dog, I think.
Is that?
Yeah. Oh, man,
So you must have done a good job, because if you didn't do a good job, you would have gotten it back.
Well, I don't think I'd have got him back. To be honest with you. That wouldn't be my decision. I
Stand on his foot.
I wanted to train him badly, and I could keep him, but I didn't think that was the right way to do it. But that dog helped me a hell of a lot, I must admit, to get out of the house. But Keezy, you know, and then he asked me to do the 19s, which was a big step actually. And then, you know, I remember being in the hotel at Beckenham the night before, and I was so annoyed, I didn't sleep, so anxious. I didn't know how to wear a face mask or no mask. I'd not been out. And then you walk in the dressing room and you realise, actually, these lads are incredible. They just want to play cricket and talk to you. And
did you see them as you was a 19-year-old?
No.
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 What a stupid question that was. Yeah.
No, or you.
Yeah.
But they were brilliant. And then on the back of that, he asked me to do England against New Zealand. And I didn't want to, but I did want to. And leaving my room that first morning was horrific. I had about 10 goals at it. And I stood in front of the mirror and like, having a chat with myself, come on, you know. It's like, and I never forget, actually, I got on the bus and I bumped into a few of the lads and they were good as gold. And I sat at the front and Johnny Burstow come on. He's like, hey, all right, Fred. Yeah, he sat with me. I've known Johnny kind of since he was a kid. I played with his brother. I just sat there with Johnny just talking about anything. It was nice. And then I got in the dressing room and I didn't know where to put myself. I didn't know what to do. I'm looking around at like these incredible cricketers and I'm thinking, how can I help these lads? You know, I can't even help myself at the minute. And I had a woodworm bat for catches, one of my old woodworms. I put that down. And I was just like skulking in the corners. And then they drag you in. Joe Root, honestly, what a man. He comes over, picks the bat up, takes piss out of my bat, because he was tiny. And then starts telling me that he had a bat and his dad made it into a woodworm by chiseling edges, because it had them funny edges, chiseling them out. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if he's making this up to make me feel better or if he's truthful, but either way, thank you so much. And then I got to know Harry Brook, who is an incredible young man. Adil's, I toured with Adil.
We did, didn't
getting so well with Dilly, and then all of a sudden I started becoming a part of it. And then I ventured out onto the balcony and I got my picture taken for the first time, which I was really nervous about. And I think it was a perfect way to do it. It was not like going up my slinger and taking your hat off. It was like this nice around people. Actually, you talk about English cricket and you talk about being in a team, and you know, cricket looks after you when you finish or while you're playing. And for me, that it did like you've never seen. Like, or in the papers, even the cricket journalists were being nice about me. It's like, this is
for the first time, wasn't it?
Wow. You know, it was incredible. And then that gave me an appetite to do more. I went on the Lions and then applied for the job, which at first I was only going for a 4-week job.
Yeah. And
then he said, would you be interested in like a year long? I said, yeah. I genuinely love doing that job. You go in the dressing room surrounded by these kids who are so good at cricket. You know, it's incredible. And they want to learn, and they're taking everything in, and you get a chance to not just work with them as cricket, but as people. So I firmly believe, actually, I can't help you as a cricketer if I don't know you as a person. You build these relationships with these lads, and you see him grow. And like, you had Sonny Baker start giving his debut, and he's played for England. You know, we had Josh Tong with us, and now he's not that but we looked after Josh for a bit, and then you invested in these lads, giving a cap to Josh Hull. You know, and you see these kids, and then now my job is to get these lads playing for England And then when you see him, or you see him getting better, honestly, I can't tell you how proud you are. It's amazing.